Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy Easter holiday. Today I'm excited to show you guys this awesome PRS SE Paul guitar that I just got from the guitar shop. As many of you, especially if you're a PRS fan, you guys probably already know this is a 2020's model, which is already like 4 or 5 months ago. But I actually originally I wanted to get this last year, but I hesitated for a few times because that I do already have similar kind of guitars. The only difference I don't have is that this guitar has a TCI pickups. So I waited for a while. I want to make sure that people have different review before I get it, because they also came with the PRS SE 2408 with similar function, except that one has 24 fret and this one only have a 22 fret. So I was very wanted to get that one instead, but then after trying it at the store, I really like this because of the color. First, because for some reason my guitar shop, they only have the 2408 for the yellow vintage color. They don't have like the green one or the birthday green, whatever they call it. So because of that, that's one reason why I prefer this one. And second of all, I'm not sure if you can see with the light here, but this is the ebony fretboard, which I think they purposely did that for last year's model. But the 2408, they do not have that. So that's one reason I also did not want to get. And finally, another reason why I would prefer this model is because that this tailpiece, it is actually the same one you could get from buying a Coil model. So with that advantage, I ended up deciding to get this one instead. So without further ado, how does this guitar sound? Let's find out now. So we will be using the orange cabin head with a huge Caterpillar amp head, and I will be putting on 5 wattage. So let's hear how you start. And also I will be starting at humbuckers first, and then afterward I will change it to single coil, and then maybe bridge single coil, and then neck humbucker, vice versa. So let's find out how this guitar sounds. Everything volume and tone will be at max, and the pickup selector is at the middle right now. Okay, and then same thing, humbucker for both pickups, and then at the neck only. Okay, and then the bridge pickup only, humbucker. Okay, so now back to the middle selector, and then this time I'm gonna be single coil for both pickups. and then the neck pickup single coil only. And then only the bridge pickup for single coil. And then back to the middle selector. This time the bridge will be single coil while the neck will be at humbucker. Okay, and then gonna switch for the neck to be single coil, and then the bridge for humbucker. Okay, so here's the end of the demo. Honestly, this is a very powerful guitar, and it gives different type of tone. It's very versatile compared to most SE guitar you can find. Even though previously there are many PRS, for example PRS SE 22 or 24, they are also very versatile because you can change it to single coil. But the difference with this one and that one is that for the Paul one, these pickups are different. Is because they are TCIS pickups, and what that means is that it can actually gives when you change it to single coil, they are really single coil kind of tone. Because even though the ones that for the, let's say SE24, they also have it comes with the I think it's the 7525 pickups, S pickups. They cannot really produce, even though they have single coil function, they don't really produce the exact single coil tone, which don't worry about it. I'm gonna compare that to this one in my future videos. But most importantly, this pickup, they just like the 2408 model for the 2021, they do give exact single coil tone that you don't hear. I'm not really sure if you can hear it exactly full after I upload this into YouTube, given that the tone, most of them will be gone when you upload to YouTube. But you can seriously hear a big difference how the single coil, even the switch to single coil, the tone and the sound remain exactly the same. Because in most guitar, especially if you have Gibson or like Epiphone, when you change from humbucker to single coil or the split coil part of it, most of the tone, most of the sound, it actually diminish a lot. And this one, it actually stay the same. So I can show you guys again. So now it's humbucker. Now single coil for both pickup. Double back to humbucker. So if you can hear the difference, let me demo it again. That was the humbucker for both pickups, and then a single coil. So you can hear that the clarity, you can seriously hear that the single there's a significant switch from the humbucker and single coil. However, the tone, the sound, the power of that, or the peak of that tone is still stay there. It's still that loud. See, humbucker. I'm not exactly sure how to say that like clearly, but it's basically that even though when you switch from humbucker to single coil, the tone is still is that range. It doesn't diminish a lot compared to the other guitars or even the single coil function in other PRS SE models. So this is the good thing, the cool part about the TCI pickups for pause. And then for other people who probably like went to YouTube and look for the questions, say, oh, you know, now that in 2021 they come with the PRS SE 2408, which is they have the same TCI pickups, except that one is 24 fret and this is 22. And instead of the Intel pieces, they come with the Ramby bar and stuff. So I originally wanted to get the 2408, and then besides that, they don't have the color I want, the green one. I actually did sit down and compare that to this guitar at a guitar shop. To be honest though, they are not a big difference, other than the fact that first of all, the neck here is much more fatter. And while the 24 is very similar to, you know, a typical 24 SC24, the neck is much longer, much more flatter, so it's easier for you to move around. This one is not that bad. So this one is, I mean, it's like typical pause 22. The neck is much more thicker, but it doesn't mean that it will slow you down a lot. But of course, people who like to shred 24, that one is exactly like a PRS SC24. I'm not sure whether many people notice. If you get a chance to try it at the guitar shop, it seems like there's not a big difference. But in terms of, I guess it has to do with the neck, and also because this is an Intel. For me, I think the 24, like the sound is not as powerful. I'm not sure exactly how that, maybe like I said, the neck, or maybe the body, whatever, and also the Intel, and also the fact that this the headstock for this, the tuner is much different than the 2408. So there are many kind of minor stuff that it actually makes the 24 to me much brighter, but also at the same time it's not as creamy as a Paul. So even though that guitar is not, I'm sure that if you have a white, and I don't think that you can really tell a big difference unless you really have a sensitive ear. And also depend on what kind of music you play. To me, I think that the Paul actually did a better job for keeping the tone, and it just makes the tone when you play at it. It just makes it sound much more richer than the 2407. Yes, 2408. I mean, I'm not saying that is bad. I mean, it's really depend on how. I mean, it's just based on my preference. I will much prefer something much more richer. Of course, some people may not recognize that. I think it's very similar to the people comparing SE standard and SE custom. What's the difference? To me, I think that standard, I mean, they use the same pickup. But the only difference is that, to me, I think when you plug on to the amp bass, because one of them is the wood, they use different wood, so that you can hear the sound a little bit more different, much more thinner than a custom. And I think this is very similar to what's happening right now between Paul and the 2408. But you really, like I said, different people have different, they prefer different things. If I have a chance, if I need to buy another guitar, I would definitely go for that one as well. But to me, and also I just want to say for the 2408 one, even though I don't have the intention to buy it at the moment, but for people who like 24 fret, just want to keep you guys in mind, the advantage of getting that is that compared to many guitars, because right now even like Epiphone and Gibson, they do also have coil speed and phase and stuff like that, but they are all also at the range of fret 22. They don't have 24. So I think one of the standout of getting that one is that many other guitar companies do not have that, and that guitar has that. So that, I think that was one reason why I also wanted to get that. But unfortunately, I think the tone here is so much better than the 2408. And also, if you ever get a chance to see some of the interview to Paul, Paul did say that he purposely made all this guitar for the 22 fret because it actually sounds better. The only reason that he also make 24 is for some reason that many people prefer that much better, but his favorite, and I think that's one reason why they call this a Paul's guitar, while the 2408 they don't call it Paul's guitar. So these are just some of the kind of difference. And to be honest though, I think it's really different on what kind of stuff. But for me, based on the tone, based on the tone, and also the color and the fret, since this is much more like a limited edition, more much more unique compared to a 2408, that's why I got this. There's no one away if this is should be your choice or not, but this is just my opinion why I got this. And I hope this video you will find helpful in deciding or determining in which guitar you want to buy. Unfortunately, I could not afford to buy another guitar, otherwise that I would love to compare the Paul's guitar with the 2408. However, like I said, I compared them both at a guitar shop, and I seriously think this one sounds so much better using a Fender's Boost Junior. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't worry, in the later future videos, I'm gonna compare this to example the Gibsons and the Epiphone because they also have split coil function. And I also gonna be playing this guitar solo, no talking, thank God, right? With different kind of pedals, different kind of tones, so you guys have much more background or hearing what this guitar has the potential to sound. So until next time, happy Easter again and happy holiday, and see you guys next video. Bye guys.